when I was covering the Broncos training camp back in July.
Okay.
I look at the field, and suddenly a very familiar face comes off the field and says hello. Do you remember? Did I tell you that story, who that person was? That was you, Rod Woodson. That was you. You were part of the Broncos, I guess,
yes.
staff, if you will, for a couple of weeks in training camp.
Yes.
Because their former head coach was your position coach?
He was my position coach with
in
the Steelers.
Pittsburgh, right?
That was his first job in the National
You call him Johnny.
Johnny Fox.
Johnny Fox. What happened with Johnny? What happened with Johnny in Denver, as best as you can tell?
Well, I think the biggest thing is a philosophy moving forward with him and John Elway. I think probably the biggest thing, some of the things that they talked about, is that he wasn't tough enough on the team. And, so at the end of the day, he's going to get a job again. He's a good coach. What surprises me about the Denver Broncos situation is that Jack Del Rio looked like he's going to be the head coach for the Oakland Raiders.
Which you sort of crystal balled for us a few weeks ago.
Which I said about a month ago.
Yeah.
And then looked like Adam Gase might be the 49ers guy. And then they don't have a head coach.
Right.
And you let John go. So, I would think if you had that position where you let your head coach go and the other two guys might leave, that you have somebody in play. And they might, but right now it doesn't look like it.
Well, it's just in this day and age, there has to be a process, as you know, with the Rooney Rule. You can't just hire somebody. You have to go through a process. I mean, I guess you can just hire somebody if he is African American. But Adam Gase, there has to be a process. And there also, if Adam Gase is your offensive coordinator underneath John Fox, and you let John Fox go and say, here's Adam Gase, everybody. There still has to be a process.
It would have to be a process.
Out, right?
And it would look good. I could see if you let John go and you bring in Adam Gase and you let Adam Gase be that the head coach.
Right.
But if you don't and you let him leave and he goes, then you have to bring in Gary Kubiak. And if it's not Gary Kubiak, I'm lost for why they did it.
So what do you think, Rod, Peyton Manning's going to do?
I think he's going to come back. I mean, you listen to John Elway. I mean, he wants him to come back, and he wants him involved in the head coaching search.
But what does that mean? Does that mean he's going to be part of management?
Because I don't know if he's going to bring Tom Moore and Howard Mudd back.
Because, how much longer does Peyton have?
I think he plays another year. I think he breaks the record, the passing yard record for the Brett Favre holds. I think he breaks that, and I think he's done. I think he plays one more year, and that's it.
And do you think he Jeters it, he Marianos it, lets you know prior to it that this is it?
I don't think he would do that.
Ride?
I think what has to happen, whoever comes in and is the head coach for the Denver Broncos has to take Peyton, because Peyton likes to take all the reps in practice, in training camp, regular season, all the reps in games. I mean, they're blowout games, and Peyton's in there in the fourth quarter.
I know one of the more interesting cutaways of the season, or funny in a way, was Brock Osweiler running out thinking he's going to get some reps because Peyton got dinged up, and then he just throws his arms up to go back.
Preservation of the body. You're 38 years old. You can't play the same way when you're 25. You got to let your body heal, and you have to be ready for down the stretch in the postseason, and the Denver Broncos were not.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.